Hey, what's up? It's Patrick Lovell coming to you on Wednesday, March 29th, 2023 at 1:30 p.m. my time. And a midday truth bomb now. I'm really escalating the frequency of these truth bombs because I'm going to try to keep them tight and just straight to the point. Look, um, the system of the United States has facilitated over the course of the last 13 years through corruption a mind boggling hijacking of our financial sector that has completely overwhelmed our government's capacity to hold it to account based on the integrity of law. And as such, what they have been able to do is they've been able to make sure the so called independence of the Federal Reserve provides these denizens of disaster and diabolical fiefdoms to steal with impunity beyond comprehension money for their own schemes. And they do so with nobody challenging them, with all of us fighting each other on the ground level for some ideological construct or some, racial scenario or a whole variety of other manners of historical sort of context that people generally are combative with one another in competition for whoever's going to, basically, I guess, lead the show, right? But in this case, in this day, in this age, and everything that we're dealing with every day from, morning to noon to night, which I'm going to be illustrating in these until it suddenly clicks with you, is that the powers that be have completely perverted and inverted and betrayed everything that the United States is supposed to be. The United States, which became a superpower, which I now believe is a failed state or in the process of, that's basically hiding this insane collaboration of criminality that works around the world. I mean, the globalism structure in 2023 is not like a burgeoning set of new markets and introduction of new pathways and innovations that lead to whatever sort of definition of supply chains that we might have. This is a mature scenario where they have just maximized their control for all the things that we're supposedly supposed to be able to consume, and then everything is, for in the United States at least, run through debt, credit. What you lose in your income, what you lose in your spare time, what you lose in the ability to have a life to where you can raise a family under the sort of structure that, a previous generation of Americans after World War II discovered, which was, yeah, you could achieve the American dream. And there was a balance. There was a well, just like a ship floats. I mean, there was the integrity of the system and the buoyancy that enabled that system to work. And we sold it down the river. We destroyed it. We killed it. We killed the American dream and everything that goes with it. What I'm asking millions of you to understand is that I've spent a lifetime in the last 13 years getting all of the evidence that puts this entire structure together. If you want to understand who I am, go to the Con, www.thecon.tv. There's a lot of free information on that website as well. You can check me out and other information that we put out there at Patrick Lovell Truth Bombs the Con on TikTok and on YouTube. And then, of course, the Real Progressives, the new Untouchables, which is extremely important information. What I've done is I've done the work that the agencies of the United States, from literally the FBI, the DOJ, the SEC, AGs around the country, and so forth, including the Supreme Court, on a high level, have completely failed to do. Now, the reason I was able to get this information is I talked to the top people that knew how this whole thing worked, revealed how the whole thing worked, and how the system suppressed this information, and ultimately media did as well. And that's what I'm trying to break through: is this incredible dystopia, this incredible maddening ocean of lies and deception that hide this from you. It's just really simple in the end. We've created a new aristocracy. We've created a fiefdom. I call it a corporate fascist state undergirded by a criminal system syndicate that uses that uses socialism to fuel the mafiocracy that that has created now whatever this new version of fascism is. It's the same boss, new boss, same as the old boss sort of thing. And I stand in direct opposition to all things authoritarianism. I'm about separation of powers. I'm about liberty and justice for all. And I'm about the integrity of law. So if you, me, and everyone you see who isn't a Nazi, who believes in integrity and dignity and liberty and sustainability, we have to merge and unite to defeat tyranny. That's our job as an American. And I've got the answers. And I'm sorry you don't know who I am. I'm sorry that some famous person isn't telling you to listen to me. That's coming, and it will happen in spurts, and it has in the past. And, there's, all sorts of different sorts of scenarios. But we live in a very loud world where it's really hard to get these messages to the general populace. And I'm trying to overcome the wall of your consciousness to get inside your head if you're not in on this. So if you're not in on this, you're a target of it. And there's more and more people that are suffering every day. That'll be more and more of the next, collapse. And, why do you want to exist as a slave? I'll just put it to you this way. If you knew, right, very clearly that you were on a plantation and that you were a slave, would you do that willingly? I'm sure many of you would, actually, but I'm sure there's many of you that wouldn't. And we don't have to get 100% of the people on board. I mean, if we got 10% of the American people on board, we'd have 33 million people. And I can assure you, with the information I have, where we were all on the same page and we understood exactly what was going on, the jig would be up. And we'd hold some bad actors accountable. And we'd reconstitute the law and the American dream. And I swear to you, on the other side of this is a renaissance. We're here to redeem the American dream. That's all there is to it. Because it's been betrayed. It's been thrown in the garbage. And if you stay on your knees and you hide your eyes and your ears and your head and you stick your head in the sand, that's what they expect you to do. Don't. Join us. Together, we will prevail. Onwards and upwards.